fan mark on Twitter. That is unprecedented. I don't even know if there are any celebrities, with the exception of maybe Britney Spears or Lady Gaga or Beyonce, that have that many followers. Just to put it into perspective for you, she has more followers right now than the likes of The Rock, who just recently surpassed the 2 million fan and follower mark, and John Cena, who are two of the most popular celebrities when you talk about professional wrestling, and she has more followers statistically, according to fanpagelist.com, than some of the top celebrities across the world right now. So across the board, Victoria Justice is achieving a lot. 6 million followers on Twitter is a tremendous accomplishment, and I love how she has a little bit of a timeline on her Facebook wall. She posts pictures of herself maybe from Christmas 15 years ago, or something she did with her mom 10 years ago. There's really a timeline of things posted from Victoria Justice on her Facebook wall. Her Facebook has just as many fans as her Twitter does, and she always keeps you in that informative loop. And celebrities like Ariana Grande and Leon Thomas Eli are trying to follow in that same kind of pattern by keeping their fans in that informative loop. Ariana Grande is going to have to, especially with how successful her album release has been. The music video for The Way, by the way, is absolutely incredible. And if you have not seen the music video for Gold, which was recently released by Victoria Justice, distributed for an album and of course for iTunes, available for download now, the music video can be seen on our Facebook page, and it can also be seen on our Twitter at Jonathan Clarke, when we posted it at the bottom of our radio form many times for you. The detail that's gone along with this music video is absolutely incredible. So make sure you check it out if you have not seen the music video for Gold. It is available on both YouTube and Vivo, where it is receiving millions of views. It's receiving just as many views as One Direction's The Best Song Ever, which was one of the most successful music videos that One Direction ever uploaded on a website like YouTube or Vivo. It's just unbelievable. And the success of a film like Fun Size for Victoria Justice, which was one of her most entertaining and most comical theatrical releases that she's ever been involved with, either for television, for a Nickelodeon original movie, or theatrically. Fun Size was just so fun. It's available now on both DVD and Blu-ray, and I'm looking forward to just as effective theatrical releases for Victoria Justice in 2014. It's just a shame that we didn't see Victorious last longer. When you had iCarly last up to 6 seasons, I guess iCarly was the most successful show that Nickelodeon Television ever produced for youth. But it's just a shame that we never saw Victorious go to 5 or 6 seasons, because that show you could have easily got 6 or 7 seasons out of, with how various the themes of each show varied, the diversity between the cast members, and just the chemistry between the cast members was absolutely incredible. I loved how Matt Bennett played a ventriloquist on that show, and how Rex Powers really brought feel and life, if anything, to his character. And by season 3 and season 4, they tried to eliminate Rex from his character on television as much as possible. Really was an improvement of that, because of just how much life Rex Powers brought to Matt Bennett's character on that show, Robbie, which was unbelievable. Seeing that Robbie Shapiro is the last name I'm trying to think of there, just how much life Rex Powers brought to him was unbelievable, and I just wish they would have kept Rex for more editions of Victorious from seasons 3 right up until the conclusion of the series by season 4. I wasn't expecting season 4 to be the end of Victorious, and I was expecting the show to last longer than 3.5 years, which is the time limit of the show. But when you think about it, the show was based off of students that were attending a performing arts school, and basically you can only attend a high school for a short amount of time, so you can only go to high school for a few years. So they were basing the show off of students' creativity and the time that they enrolled in Hollywood Arts. Now, we do have something to look forward to. This November, of course, Victoria is taking the lead hit stores for both the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo DS, the follow-up. The Hollywood Arts debuts on the Nintendo DS, and the follow-up to Time to Shine, which was distributed exclusively for the Xbox 360 Connect, which was a great game to play. This game is going to be more interactive than ever before. The creativity is back, with you being able to create your own character to once again enroll in Hollywood Arts, and you can also play as various characters of the show Victorious and go where the previous video game titles never took you before. So that is something to be excited about. It is released this November. There is a lot of competition for that game out there, but despite the competition that it's faced with, I'm expecting Victorious taking the lead to sell millions of copies. We just recently posted the trailer for taking the lead on our Facebook page and Twitter at facebook.com/HW Entertainment. Interviews with the cast on the video game are available, and this game looks so fun to play. I'm really excited about the release of it, and the cast just seem as excited as the fans are of the release of this game. You know, reading the comments about the final episode of Victorious was very emotional for me. You know, I could just sense how emotional it was for a lot of fans, especially die-hard fans of the show Victorious who watch the show religiously. And I will admit to you on this radio show, over this microphone, that I was a die-hard fan of Victorious for at least the last 2 years. It was so fun watching the show, just how the characters changed so much from the very first season up until season 3, where we really saw the changes of the characters brought out. By season 4, we could notice the changes more so than ever before. It was just so fun. Die-hard fan of Victorious, at least for the last 2 years, the final 2 years of the show's production. Really wish I could have been there from the start of the show. I just kind of came across Victorious one day browsing through television listings, and I said to myself, you know, I have to check this out. I've been watching children's television because of how entertaining it's been for the last 4 or 5 years. It would be, unlike me, very uncharacteristic of me as a radio host and columnist not to check out this show. So after watching maybe 5 editions of Victorious, I quickly became hooked on the show and its concept and the message that each edition of Victorious tried to convey. It seemed like every edition of Victorious was throwing a different message at us. Sometimes the cast members would get into a bit of a bickering and a bit of an argument, but they would always have their issues resolved, and they would get themselves out of sometimes the most precarious and seemingly inescapable positions that they would find themselves within. There was one edition of Victorious where they were locked inside the Wanko's retailer store for the entire night. There was another one where they were locked up on an island after going on vacation that was hooked up for them by psychowits who actually attended that same boat vacation, and the cast members of Victorious were actually locked up. There was another edition for season 1, Freak the Freak Out, which witnessed the premiere of the single Freak the Freak Out. I mean, there were so many incredible moments that this show provided us with, and I was very privileged, in my opinion, to be there for a lot of them, but I really wish I could have been there for all these moments from the start when it premiered. Seemingly there's something about me where I find out about a show a little bit too late. I found out about Victorious a year after it premiered as a new show on Nickelodeon. By 2012, it won Favorite TV Show for Children at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Prior to winning that award, it had won numerous awards. But I guess the future for the cast members of Victorious, a total of 7 of them, have a lot to look forward to. Really looking forward to finding out what Matt Bennett does with how much talent and how much life him and Rex Powers brought to Victorious. I'm really looking forward to finding out what Leon Thomas Eli has in his future as well. We know Victoria Justice's future is etched in stone. Success is really the only way you can define Victoria Justice's career. I've mentioned time and time again on this radio show how if you were to print out her Wikipedia page, the list of accomplishments so early on in her life, the age of 20 years old for Victoria Justice is unprecedented. And I don't think another celebrity, with the exception of maybe Miley Cyrus or Selena Gomez, has accomplished as much as what Victoria Justice has. I mean, what is there left for her to do? She has a book out, she has several video games, a new one coming up this November, a brand new album featuring a number of singles, including Girl Up in Gold, which is going to be a chart topper for her in time. I see that single in due time finding its way within the top 100 singles of 2013, early 2014. She was just recently in the theatrical release Fun Size from Nickelodeon Movies. She has a lot of theatrical releases to be expected by 2014. And by the way, I went to her website, victoriajustice.net, and the detail of her website is incredible. Whoever produces that website, I have to give you thanks and a lot of credit for producing the website, because you could have just slapped something together for Victoria Justice. Her website, her YouTube channel, her Facebook, and her Twitter, which I assume is produced by the same individual. Her fan page and her Twitter looks outstanding. Her YouTube channel, which of course is Victoria Justice for All with the number 4, has millions of subscribers, 6 million followers on Twitter, and millions of fans for both the Facebook fan page of Victoria Justice and the fan page of Victorious. Has an incredible amount of statistics. I mean, it's just unbelievable. If you have not checked out victoriajustice.net, make sure you do. All the information you'll need about upcoming projects and things featuring Victoria Justice as well. Downloadable music videos, photos, Victoria Justice wallpaper, detailed biographies, everything is there for Victoria Justice, and I appreciate the fact that everything's been archived on the website for you as well. So if you want to go back to something she released maybe in, say, 2010, just before Victoria came out on television in its inaugural season, you can. If you want to go back to something that was done by her in 2011, you can. The website has easy navigation, and my review of VictoriaJustice.net on a 5-star scale perspective, I have to rate it at least 4 out of 5 stars, taking 1 star off of because I just don't want to immediately rate the website 5 stars. And even her newer stuff is posted on VictoriaJustice.net, which is something that you would expect. But I really appreciate the fact that it's archived for you, and you can go back to, let's say, 2010, 2011, 2012, and just take a look back at what she accomplished in those years. You can also do the same thing on our Facebook page and choose what year you want to go back to Victoria Justice's career in, and check out some of her Facebook wall posts or some of her tweets as well. It's just incredible just how far Victoria Justice has come. With the premiere of the show Victorious, I don't think Nickelodeon expected it to be a hit show as fastly as it did. Its rapid ascension to the top of popular Nickelodeon TV shows, to the top of that list, was something that I don't even think the creator of the show, Dan Schrader, expected. I didn't think he expected it to be as successful as what iCarly was. And I guess, based on how she performed on previous editions of iCarly, as well as some of the additional cast members who were brought together for Victorious performed on editions of iCarly, they thought, hey, why not put all these actors and actresses together on one show and just make one incredible episode of Victorious, and they did it. Really, the entire seasons of Victorious, in my opinion, is just one long, incredible episode. And as each episode of Victorious premiered, it had a different message. And really what the message of the TV show Victorious was, after 4 incredible seasons, was no matter how impossible your dreams may seem, if you actually have the initiative to put those dreams into action, anything is possible, as the title track of Victorious, released on the very first soundtrack of Victorious, puts across to its fans. You just have to put your dreams in action, and even the most impossible of dreams become achievable. And along with Time to Shine, or Make It Shine rather, there were a lot of singles that were released for Victorious, and I had a lot of favorites from the soundtracks of Victorious. 365 Days was one. Freak to Freak Out, Tell Me That You Love Me, Song to You was a beautiful ballad recorded by both Victoria Justice and Leon Thomas Eli. Of course, we had Ariana Grande